Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2024. Got a lot of fun stuff looking forward to in this coming year. First thing up will be the Bassmaster Kayak Championship in March. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I wanted to give my predictions and thoughts on the 2024 Oklahoma Kayak Angler season. Looks like, I've got to look down at my phone because I can't remember everything because I'm old. But looks like our first event's April 6th at Lake Eufaula. Anybody that knows me knows I absolutely hate Lake Eufaula. So, with that said, I'm actually really looking forward to this event. I know in previous years when it was the season opener, it was the biggest event that OK's had as far as participation. So I'm thinking it'll be the same come this one. And April's usually a pretty good time on Eufaula. It's all gonna depend on the weather though. If we have a really hard winter and it's still cold going into this event, it might be a grinder. But if it's good weather coming into this event, this could be an event where you could honestly see high 90s, maybe even 100 inches win it. I'm thinking it's going to be cold though. And I think an A-rig's going to be what wins it. High 80s, probably, to win it on an A-rig. Our second event is April 27th at McGee Creek, which, the board didn't consult with me that they placed a event right on my 11-year anniversary. So if I get to fish this one or not, it's kind of up in the air, but I think I can make it happen. And I think McGee Creek's going to be a really special event for two reasons. I think McGee Creek's going to give us the biggest bass that we see all year for big bass. I'm going to say 24 and a quarter big bass for this event. And the other reason I think it's going to be a super special event, I honestly think that we will see more limits in this event than any other tournament this year. I would venture to say that 80% of the field will have a limit in this event. There's so many spotted bass in that lake. It's crazy. As far as what will win it, that lake I don't have a whole lot of experience on. So I really think it could be anything could win that event. But if I had to place a bet, I'm going to say a spinnerbait's going to play pretty big at that event. I don't know that I personally will throw a spinnerbait. I'll probably be the hard head that throws a big swim bait a lot at that event. We'll see. Once again, weather. Weather's going to be a big factor. But then we move on to event number 3, which is Dripping Springs and Okmulgee Lakes on May 11th. Another couple lakes I don't have a whole lot of experience on. I've fished Okmulgee Lake all of twice, and I've caught 4 fish out of it across those 2 trips. I think 3 of them were on a jig, and 1 was maybe on a spinnerbait. Don't remember for sure. I know that I haven't done very good in that lake. But being May, depending on weather, still, I think that event is going to be one flipping at Drip. That one could give McGee Creek a run for its money on the big bass of the year, but I'm still giving McGee Creek that honor. That'll bring it home. June 8th, we have the Central Roadrunner. And, will Okema keep the title of the winning lake for the Central, or will one of the other ones take it away? Will I be hard-headed and go back to Sportsman's again because I like the lake and I'd rather fish it than the other lakes? Probably so. I'll say this: I think Preg's gonna give Okima a good run for its money, but Okima will probably still be the lake that wins it. Probably mid-high 90s, just like it was this past season. And it'll probably be somebody throwing a Cinco. Then June 22nd, Tin Killer Lake. My nemesis, it seems anymore. Tin Killer in June is one of the only tournaments that I would have switched. I would have liked to have seen it as the opener in April. I feel like it would have fished better weather-wise, where it didn't depend so much on weather how it's going to fish. But, June, lake's going to be crowded. Going to be a lot of party boaters out. I think if somebody gets on a topwater bite quick in the morning, that's going to be who wins it. Other than that, it'll probably be a finesse thing. You might see a Ned rig play pretty big that time of year. Somebody throwing just like a single small swim bait, like a caffeine shad or something like that, might do really well as well. Yeah. July 13th, Latonka and Ellsworth Lakes. I have spent exactly 1 day on Latonka, and I've never even seen Ellsworth. So, with that being said, it'll probably be one at Ellsworth, and it'll probably be, I don't know what will win it, but Latonka, big smallmouth. Could be a finesse thing. Could be a drop shot Ned rig kind of thing, hover rig. Could really play there. I don't know. I'm still holding out hope that they add Elmer Thomas, which I, doubt it'll happen. But I hope that it happens because I like Elmer Thomas and I want to go fish the grass in Elmer Thomas. But maybe Ellsworth has grass. I need to do some research and find out what Ellsworth is like. Maybe it's the gym that I need to be fishing. Then we get August off. The heat of the summer we take off, which is probably a good thing, because it'll still be nice and warm come September 7th down at Pine Creek Lake. I don't think Pine Creek is going to play 30 plus anglers over 80 inches like it did this past season. Being in September, I think it's going to be a lot more of a grinder. I caught all my fish basically on a swim jig last time, and so my history wants to say that a swim jig's going to play. I think the winner's going to be throwing swim bait. Something about swim baits in September. If somebody can get 5 bites on a big swim bait, which maybe it'll be me, I think they'll be who wins it. I don't think it's going to be a ton of fish caught, though. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it plays big and everybody catches a limit and, it's just stacked. But September in Oklahoma is usually pretty tough to catch some good bags of fish, so we'll see what happens. Then September 28th, we have the Arkansas River. I can tell you right now the winner's going to be throwing a swim jig and a frog. Probably. With not knowing what pools are in play, it really makes it kind of tough to say. But, a swim jig and a frog, late September on the river, it's hard to deny that could be what the winner's throwing. Square bill could play really good. Even flipping a beaver bait is pretty popular on the river. But once again, not knowing for sure which pools that will be allowed to fish makes it kind of tough to say. Then we have the state championship, October 12th and 13th at Grand. That one I'm the most reluctant to want to talk about because my number one goal for the OKA season this year is to win the state championship. And I really feel like if somebody gets on the right bite with a jig and a square bill, they'll win it. That's pure history talking. I've fished 2 Bassmaster Opens on Grand that time of year, and a big square bill won one of them, and a whopper plopper won the other one. So, you know, my baits have always been a square bill and a jig that time of year, so that's what I feel like will win it. Shaky Head could play real big in it too. You know, if you notice, I don't talk a whole lot about finesse tactics winning these events, and that's because I'm not a finesse angler. I'm a big power fisherman, big baits, you know. But the finesse thing could really play. We'll see what happens. When I was talking about doing this video with Blake Collins yesterday, he asked me if I was going to make predictions on who would win each event. And I told him, yeah, that's easy. Jason Ray's going to win all of them. So, Jason, you got to live up to it now. Make me proud. Anyway, I don't know if this video has even been entertaining at all or informative, or if you guys just all think I'm crazy, which if you do, you're probably right. I'm pretty crazy. But I'm definitely looking forward to the season. I think the schedule is pretty awesome. You know, like I said, the only one I really would have changed, I would have put 10 Killer earlier, just because I know how many party boats will be out on the lake and how stupid some of those people can be. But it's going to be a fun event. All the events are going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to get the season started. It's going to be a blast. Hope you enjoyed it.